What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Knab and Ro Show. I'm here with my compatriot partner in crime, Ro. Say hi, Ro.
Hi, kids.
And welcome back to the podcast.
Hi.
How about them apples, huh?
How about them apples?
Yeah. Can you hear me still stuffy, like still trying to get
you
through
are.
stuff? I know.
I mean, allergies this year have been really bad. There was some video, I think that was going around Facebook, and they chopped this tree down, and it was like a thick cloud of yellow as the tree fell. Yeah.
Oh my
it was like,
goodness.
oh, I wouldn't be out there.
I think for me, so this all started this like stuffiness and whatnot when I went to Sioux Falls.
Oh, okay.
So it went from, it was 70-degree weather, and granted it snowed in frickin' Cincinnati while I was gone, but still.
It's April. It should not be snowing right now.
Yeah. Plus, you know, maybe it's just, I don't even know if it's different elevation, but you know what I mean. It's further north.
Oh, yeah,
further north.
sure,
Northwest.
Sure. Yeah.
And so did that, came back, and so I traveled, airplanes, all that, you know, whatever, stayed in hotels, and then, you know,
Get
today,
all the germs.
I didn't even, I kind of explained. Yeah, so, yeah, I explained. Last one I explained.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I went to Tennessee today.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And you guys are going to see this on a Monday, so that's fun, too. Yay.
Hey.
So what are we talking about today, Ro?
Well, I figured we would talk about, since we talked about jobs and first jobs
You
last
froze. Oh, you're back.
week. I didn't. I'm good.
It froze in mine. You'll see. You'll see. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So since we talked about first jobs last week, I figured we would talk about a huge item that people usually buy when they get their first job as a teenager,
Yes.
and that is your first car.
Yes.
Yeah. So I figured we would talk about that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. I knew it would be for you because you have a very lengthy list of cars that you've had.
I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to talk about that first car.
Okay.
So you want me to go first? Since
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll be brief, and I'll let you kind of finish off here. So the car that I had, which was my first car, which is also my brother's first car, was...
So it's like a family down, like a passing
It was a
of
hand-me-down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that car.
Okay.
It's such a great car. I think it was in 1987... Not 87. Was it 87? Yeah, 1987. It was boxy. Cutlass Sierra, Oldsmobile.
Oh.
So here's what made that thing flippin' awesome. You had the seats in the back and the front were corduroy.
Oh,
So it
okay.
had corduroy seating.
I bet they left good marks when you wore shorts.
Oh, it's hilarious. And to move, so I'm going to back up. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to back up and show you what you had to do. So you had to reach all the way freaking over. I think I might talk about this in one of the podcasts, actually. Reach all the way over the passenger side to reach the little switchy-do thing, which you had to pull towards you to be able to scoot your butt to move the whole bench seat. It was one giant seat.
Oh, wow.
So here's what it looked like.
Okay.
So you in here, you're driving
Oh, there it is.
Here you go. Here you go.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and you had to. Yeah, there's Brutus. He's hanging out there. I got all the doggies.
I heart that dog.
But yeah, you had to do the booty scooty to get your chair to go all the way up, and it's the whole thing.
Awesome.
And it wasn't like it just moved like this. It went
Right. That's amazing.
And
Oh my gosh.
my brother, he actually, and his friends, those like Matt Janke, Chris Palmer, Scott Brehob, like all those boys that were the drum line with us, they came over with this like acid and put it on the car and took little razors and scraped the paint off, and then we got it repainted.
Oh. Right, okay.
So I don't know why we did that, but I didn't do it. I was,
You were
my
boys.
brother's friends did. But that was
Boys getting into mischief.
Yeah, and it did one of those things where like the ceiling started bubbling down, so you have
Yeah.
thumbtacks, you're sticking up
Yeah.
top
Oh my gosh.
to keep
Funny
that
story
rocking.
about that. Yeah, so side note, this wasn't my first car, but my sister and my brother, the older of the two boys, had this Buick as well, this like red Buick, and it started to do that. And so my mom had these, I think my sister and I acquired them at some point, or she got them at the dollar store or whatever, but she got push pins, but they were like the little like soft swooshy like top, they had little top, like, and they were like pink and blue and like floral colors or whatever. And she put those in my brother's car to like pin up the ceiling.
Oh, that's
so
great.
It was, like, falling down. He was so embarrassed.
That's
but
great.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the best though. Those
Yeah.
are the best stories. Mom put these in my car. I swear it
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
me.
she totally did. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so we had
so
that
fun.
was falling down, which was interesting. There was so one of the guys that drove with my brother carpool to go to school. He was a smoker, and I think somehow a cigarette went down and it burned. There was this. It's cigarette burn, but it was like it was part of the car, you know, because it was there forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I remember that. It was in the back seat in the middle, close to the left side. And then the other one is we had a special type thing that we like to freak people out with. My brother did this all the time. So the key, you turn it on, and as you're driving, you can take the key out.
Oh my gosh, that happened in my brother's car too. I think we've talked about this.
Yes,
because
we did.
I was driving with him and we're like on the highway or something. He's like, "Hey, check this out." And he pulls it out. I was like, "You put that key back in that ignition right now. That is not normal." I was like freaking out on him, and he was like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah. Same
Must
thing.
have been a Buick thing then.
Oh yeah. My brother would go and pull it out and mess with people. It was hilarious. That was great. Yeah, but that was a
So funny.
great car. I remember when I first was able to drive. I drove it downtown Cincinnati. I think we talked about that too, all the way down to the library. Yeah. So, what was your first vehicle?
So I was a late. I didn't get my license until I was a senior in high school, and it was like springtime. So I only had like a couple, like 2 or 3 months that I actually drove to school in the morning. But my very first car was an '85 Chevy Caprice.
Ooh.
And the Chevy Caprices had like 2 different colors. So it was green, and they had like an olive green and then like kind of like a mossy green.
Oh,
So
man.
so it's like a 2-toned green color, and that's just how it was. That's how they made them. They had like 2-tone colors. But that car was the greatest car. It got me through high school. It got me through college, driving back and forth from college to home. All 4 years. It got me through my 20s. I got my car I currently have. I got when I was almost 30. So I got it like November, I think, and my birthday's in January. So I got it when I was 29. So it almost got me through my complete 20s. But I had that car, and I loved that car, and it was the coolest car. I loved it. It was so plush. It was the time. I mean, I'm sure it was fancy at the time because it was like, 85. But you didn't have to do the bench move to move the seat back. It actually had like separate. It was 2 separate. The driver and the passenger had 2 separate seats, and they each had electric, like a button that you would press that would move it back and forth. But it was legit like a couch on wheels. It was so comfy in the back. I remember taking naps in the back of my car when I was at work. We took it to the drive-in. We actually had a drive-in that was close to the college I went to.
Yeah.
And we'd have events, and of course they charged for the car, so you'd fit like a cajillion people in that car, and then everybody, like some people would bring folding chairs and sit outside and around the car and stuff. But it was so big that you could fit just a ton of people in there. So I think the movie was like 50 cents per person, and
oh, that's awesome.
It was great. It was a great car. I drove that puppy into the ground, and I miss it. I was trying to find a picture of it, and I was like, "Oh, I miss it." I'm such a sentimental person. This is going to sound super cheesy, but I ended up selling the car to my neighbor, which it just needed more work than it was worth, and so they ended up scrapping it. But before I sold it to them, I ended up keeping like the turn dial to the radio. So I have the turn dial in my room, just as like a little memento.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll have to do, like when we did the whole job thing, we had a lot of people talking about their first jobs. We had a ton of participation, which was fantastic. So all of you guys, thank you. I'm going to challenge you now, give you heads up, because y'all going to have to look for it. I know I'm going to have to. Look for a picture of your first car.
Yeah.
And Ro and I will share that actual post, and then we'll try to do that.
I already found my picture. I looked today. I was prepared.
I need to text mommy and daddy, and then next week we'll get that sucker out there Monday.
Yeah. Monday.
We'll try to get that out. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's great. Or I guess today, because when you're listening to this, right?
Right.
So today. Oh, that's great. That was good. That was a good topic. God,
felt like
memory
it coincided
lane.
with last week.
That's right. Absolutely. I gotta rack my brain for what I'm gonna have to do here on Friday. Friday. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed talking about our first two cars and you will share your first car, go ahead and jack that like button right in the nose. Don't forget to tell your friends and family all about the Knab and Ro Show. And this podcast is a wrap.
Till next time, kids.